Wow.
Hello.
Shalom,
Where your
sis.
TV?
Shalom.
Shalom. How you doing? Go over there, baby. Look at your TV. What's up?
I'm
How's
doing great.
everybody
How
doing?
are y'all?
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you. Thank you
to
for having me.
Thank you. We're so honored to have you. All praises to the Most High for allowing this to be
Praise God.
possible. Yes. So,
We are gonna give it a few. Um, so before we jump off into everything, we want to just first pray. Give all praises to the Most High, and then we want our special guest to kind of, give us a little bit about yourself. So,
Okay.
since you are a special guest, if you wouldn't mind opening us up in prayer.
and yes, open us up in prayer. But before you even do that, we want to welcome you to NP Ministries, where we
Thank you.
minister to you as we
Minister
minister
unto
to ourselves. The
ourselves.
Most High minister to you, and we minister to ourselves as well. He ministers to us. So we thank you for coming on here, and like my sister said, do us the honors of praying.
All right. Hallelujah. Father Yah, first we want to come to you right now, Sunday, and thank you. We want to come to you in gratitude and just say thank you on today. There are other people who did not get to wake up today to have a second chance at learning and moving forward in this truth. Um, Thank you for bringing us together and on modesty. And I pray for my sisters that are tuned in today, that they take something from this, that they understand that me and my sisters in NP Truth Ministries, we are coming and we want you to get a full understanding of modesty and how to move at it as a modest woman of Zion. Father God, we just thank you once again for this opportunity, the opportunity that NMP Ministries has presented me with to come on here and speak about my. Once again, I just pray that people can take away something of value from this lesson. HaMashiach. I thank you and pray. So be it and amen.
Amen. Amen. All praise to the higher. Hallelujah.
So let's go ahead and just drop a few, things about yourself. Just allow our audience just to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay. Well, my name is Chayil. Currently living in Texas. It's hot. Is I don't know what. Doing my
Come
best
on.
to stay cool, and I work with children here. I also babysit on the side. That is like my passion. Working with the youth. Um, what else? I'm really a people person, and I love to talk first. But once you get to know me, very very cool, very laid back. Yes, once again, my passion is just to speak to not just the youth, also my sisters, same age, older, younger, just to be able to get a message across. That's what I do over on my YouTube channel. You can go subscribe if you would like to. Um, I'm just all about encouraging my sisters, inspiring change, because I see a lot of the things that are going wrong in our community, be able to turn that around through the Most High, through the Spirit of the ways. So I give all credit, all honor, all glory to Him at the end of the day. But yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
beautiful.
That is very beautiful. All praises to the Most High. That is amazing. And something you said that is so profound, the children. Because we as women, there's an order. There's an order to everything. And the order is the man, the Most High is the covering over the man, and the man is the covering over the women, and the women are the covering over the children. So you're already operating in, you're already operating the way the Most High intended it to really be, you know? So all praises to the Most High, because definitely we are the nurturers, but we are the teachers of the children. So we acknowledge that, and we thank the Most High for putting that gift in you, because that's a gift, because not everybody can do it.
Right, right. So we are happy to have you here, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and jump into this tea sipping topic today.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the importance of modesty and really just highlighting like how over time, you know, things have certainly changed. I don't know if they really changed for the good, but they have certainly changed. And like how our dear sister mentioned, we are here to give instruction, you know, and we don't put ourselves above anybody out there living this life. You know, we are sisters and brothers literally here trying to figure it out together. And so as NP Truth Ministries, when we learn the truth about stuff, we want to come and present it.
And that's the thing. We are ever learning. So it's like we'll come back with something we've learned last, month or 2 months ago, and come back and present it again, because we're ever learning, because we are his children. So we need to posture ourselves in that, because he is in us and we are in him, and we are one in him. He is our father, we are our children. So when you're a child, you're ever learning. He's always giving you knowledge. He's always giving you wisdom.
Yes.
Yes, I'm just sharing with you all what I've learned. So continue to learn and may have to do a part 2. You know, we're just learning as we go and sharing what we.
I texted it to you. But we trying to go ahead and just share the link out there to everybody. If you're watching, go ahead and share the YouTube link. We want to get this message out to as many people as possible. Our dear sister has put together a beautiful visual to kind of guide us through this whole thing. So if y'all are ready, without further ado, we can go ahead and get it started. And y'all just follow along with us as we present this to you, because it's very important. And I feel like at the end of this, you will be able to see the effects of it on your own life, your children, your spouse, you know, your neighbor, your coworkers. So you can go ahead and take it away.
All right. So modesty. How the daughters of Zion can get back to the ways of our righteous through modesty. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. So what is modesty? I went ahead and pulled up 2 definitions. The first one reads, the quality of being modest, freedom from vanity, boastful, regard for decency of behavior, speech, dress, exactity, and moderation. And when you pull up modesty on Google, the third, I guess you say third definition, reads behavior intended to avoid impropriety or indecency. For modesty would be decorum, sobriety, decency. So modesty, before we head all the way into this, I do want to say, like modesty, a lot of times when we hear modesty, you just think of how you dress. While that is a big, huge modest woman and carrying yourself with modesty, understand modesty is more like it should just be a part of you as a woman. It should be in you, in how you carry yourself. So it comes together with your spirit, your kindness, how you treat others, the things that you allow people to know about yourself, knowing when to open your mouth, when to speak, and when not to speak. So I do want to make that clear. And that's what makes you modest, because you can be wearing, ladies, a head wrap, you can wear your dress on the inside, or if you are a woman that, you know, you're telling all your business on the street, you know, you dress, but they're bent over twerking. not modest. That's not modest. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. I just want to make that clear. So, could the lack of respect we show for ourselves have a direct effect treated by others? And this question is for Sister Nicole and Sister in the chat or in the comment section that want to reply to this question. You ladies.
I feel like it does. I was sharing with you earlier. Ask my husband this question. Just really, into this on my own. Sit up here and just act like I have it. I look into the whole idea now that we have freedom and that we should be able to feel comfortable wherever. Sat him down and asked him. I said, as I'm just see a woman just coming in the building that you're in, her like way above, in a low top where cleavage, everything. You approach her in the same way, whereas a full, a long coverall, you can't really see her shape. And if you are gonna be to put it all out there, because they as much as they can. If you not imagination in his head, he's like, hey, you this is whatever, like and for disrespect and
hey, my sister, I'm sorry to interrupt. It is just a little bit choppy.
It's coming through choppy.
Just a tad.
Can you hear us now?
I'm going in and out.
Let's see. Does it sound? We don't want to be chopped. Can
you hear me, sis?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Choppy?
Yes, it was a little choppy. The earphones.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just the whole gist of it was it pointing out that the way herself will change what way that she. Cause I don't want to just focus like how on the world, and so it's an important thing. What do you feel about it?
The same way, but I feel that a man is gonna see a woman what they have been seeing from a carnal mind. They're going to look at that as being, so they look at that and they are coming from a carnal mindset because they don't know any better. So we think that a lot of men are not gonna judge her, although judge her in this. Some say what I'm saying. Some women don't look at, do your thing, you're free, this rocking it, and this and this and this. And the problem with that is ourselves. We were bought with a price. The Most High is in us, so we take these things to, but it's not normal. It's an order of things in the order. And so this is why everything is why the more it gets out, and the more I think it is for everybody, are connected
Mm-hmm.
to the Father. So to the Father, because He is the is. This is not talking. This is all of us. You know what I'm saying? We need to do better and get back on track to restore the order, and He will restore. Order is restored, and everything will.
Mm-hmm. Sis. I do feel like you were saying, in a way, this was inspired by the feminist movement. We can do what we want to do. We can carry ourselves how we want to, and you still have to respect us. Ourselves. We can do whatever, and you should not have a normal reaction to what I'm doing. You should still respect me. You should still treat a woman, a woman that's actually carrying herself with respect. A woman that's actually that she's valuable, and that she doesn't have to flaunt everything to this world. I did want us to look at how the lack of respect we show for ourselves can have a direct effect on, for example, women in the 50s or 60s. Oh, could you go back? Um, Women in the 50s or 60s, songs, the music that you hear, people making music about these women or these groups of women, or the women actually making music themselves. So if you want to see spoke about us, especially when it comes to love songs or R&B, you hear that they is so valuable to them. They would risk their life for her. They would lose their life for her. They see her in their future until death do you part. Versus today, when you hear music about a lot of women by all these different artists, I mean, you still have some artists just strictly about the body and what this woman gonna do for me, and then I'm gonna toss her to the side, this or that, and I'm gonna toss her to the side. And if you want to go back to the 50s, as far as the music that the women in those times were making, when they would sing about their men, or even sing about, a lot of times it was very heartfelt. It was, they were giving all, they were singing their soul out. They were really, it was a level of vulnerability. It was a level of, even carrying themselves, demanding respect in a way. But today, we see women calling themselves bees, BITCHs. We see women calling them E proudly, and they think it's cute. And it's, women calling each other.
When has that word become why would I call a female?
You're calling yourself.
Why would? Why?
And so, you're in the power of the tongue. So and you're acting like an animal, and I'm not. But it's a spirit thing. Yeah.
Things that
and it's not speaking that over ourselves. And as each generation goes on,
feel like that's another with it too, like the perception that under now where things not okay, they're making it.
And that also goes into the societal. Hello?
Yeah, is it?
You can hear me?
Still choppy, like?
A little choppy.
Is it still a little choppy?
But of the value of a woman's womb and overall body, that has decreased as we we don't respect ourselves. So therefore, people are not going to say it. You know, when I say us, it may not literally be me and Sister Nicole and Princess, but for our women as a whole. You know, we have to look out for our sisters and be honest with not cute. And you carrying yourself like that and thinking that that's okay in a way that, you know, and vice versa. What I do affects you. So we are our sister's keeper. We must carry our, when we go out there, we need to know that we are representing not only our men, not only our children, we're representing the Most High. So when we're out here, we don't value our womb when it is so precious. That's one of the most, your womb that carries so much value. You carry the, but you choose to throw it around like it's nothing that gives you a look or attention. That's not okay. We got to do better. We can move on to the next slide. So we have gotten so far away from what it means to be seen as a lady. We have a lot of women of today. They want to dress like the girl on the right. They want to be respected like the young lady on the left. They want to be treated and addressed as madam and as yeah. So it's like, you know,
something that you have pointed out is that same body parts, right? The same thing, but to do with it is how, and so
because I want to be clear, just with a skirt down to the ground, let's be honest about this. It's actually the Proverbs 31 virtuous and modest woman. Wear a long skirt and would still could be doing all of those things. Her body and her body belongs to the Most High, and her and the Most High in her. She just doesn't know turn to thinking she's separated. Breath you breathe, that's a breath the Most High breathe in. So by them not, he has lied to us and a society to come in, govern us on how we should live and what we should do. See, like you said, from the 1500s to the moral decline, getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Now time goes on, just like in the time of be wicked. And so you'll see before you'll see women normally being naked. You already see it now.
Bring it out.
So
bring it out. That is so true.
Comes in at who are we? Do we know that he is in us? In us, how do you supposed to act? You act in front of your father. So character, you're doing it in front of your father. How do you? He's there. He put life in you. Common sense. That's the problem. We let society tell us, "Oh, be free. You're a woman. You got to." And so this is what we're Most High. It's not us. The Most High to use this platform to restore. That's who we are. We be by salvation. And salvation restore our sisters. So our sisters and us. So all praises to him for that.
Mm-hmm. All praises. Yes, we have gotten so far away from what it means to be seen as a lady. We some of our most sacred parts, our most sacred area. You know, the breast we use to feed and nurture the next generation. This should not be any and everyone to see. We can go ahead and go to the next slide. The women of today with this light, airy spirit of modesty, class, dignity, or mystery. A lot of our brothers, especially, I've definitely heard a lot of them ask or what has happened to our women? You know, they were talking about, they remember the times where you could walk up to a young woman and give her a compliment because you were genuinely just trying to start up a conversation because you were interested in this woman, this beautiful, maybe she was dressed like the woman on the left or the right in these pictures. You walk up to her and you compliment her, and she actually was receptive and open to having that conversation with you, grateful and thankful. She would smile, she would giggle, you know, she would let you know that, you know, you're what you are bringing to her. And that could, you never know, grow into something bigger, you know. But these days, a lot of men, they refuse or approach women anymore because they don't have this class or this dignity, or even they don't carry themselves with a modest spirit. And we'll get deeper into what a modest set. Carrying yourself with love, with peace, with joy, happiness, kindness, you know. A lot of women these days, they just address all men with this, oh, all of y'all ain't poop. You know what I mean? So you already have this defense and this like, ugh, like, why are you talking to me attitude? And so these brothers are like, I remember back in the day, women love to get compliments from men. They were happy that wearing or saw that they got their hair done. You know, things of that. A lot of our women these days, they have this bitterness about them, and I feel like it is modesty and kind of just letting everybody get a piece of you. You have nothing left. You have no sort of happiness or anything left for yourself. We can go on to the next slide.
You know, and I want to say real quick about how they would notice their right. And it's crazy how because they didn't have other things to notice. You know, like she has a new hairstyle today.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
I never hear that. Like, I hardly. I'm just talking about like for my husband, like more. You know, the conversation. Oh man, did you see the?
Yes.
On that one?
Yes. Big.
You know that is. We going on to the next.
All right. So what do the scriptures say, y'all? We're gonna read a few scripts. You can grab your Bibles and all of that. So First Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. Men are also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, faithfulness, and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls. So I do want to go back up to the adorn themselves in modest apparel. As women, we naturally love to adorn things, glitter, girly stuff. We love to add bows and, you know, different colors, outfits. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is really how the Most High made us. We love to dress up, to feel good. And you can do that with being modest. There's a way to be modest with the amount of jewelry you're wearing, the amount of you're wearing. If you're wearing a little bit of makeup, that's a debate for another day. Or more natural look, where you still see your skin showing through, where you do not look like a totally different First Corinthians chapter 6, 19 and 20. Not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, the set apart Ruach, which is in you, and ye are not your own. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify and in your spirit, or your Ruach, which are Yah's. So you are bought, you are not your own. We are not our own. So if we say that we want to follow to the Most High Yah, we want to be counted as His, we want Him to, and we want to make it to the kingdom at the end of the day, we have to understand that will come, because Yeshua sacrificed Himself for us. So we really have to keep in mind that sometimes, even if you may want to wear something, or you may want to dress a certain way, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me. And guess what? I was bought with a price, and I will wear what I know He wants me to wear. I will dress and carry myself in the way that I know self. If you are coming out of the world, you have to understand these things. There's a lot of things you will have to leave behind, those little bitty dresses. You'll have to leave behind the floss, okay? That a lot of young ladies like to wear. You got to give that stuff up. It may be a process, but you got to, if you are really trying to elevate in this truth and be a better woman. All right, verse 31 and verse 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is men that feareth the Lord, that feareth our Abba, Yah in heaven. Favor is deceitful, y'all. When you are wearing the dental floss, baby, oh yeah, people gonna look your way. People, you gonna be turning heads. Attention, but is it the right attention? That is the question. Is that the attention that you really want?
Yeah. And it ain't.
It ain't.
It ain't broken
hearted. Especially as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Especially as a woman who desires marriage, you may just be carrying your sis. I understand, and you may in your heart be like, "Well, I can't wait to be a wife. I can't wait." But I'm here to tell you, favor is deceitful. All these heads you turning, this is not ending when you are dressed and carrying yourself this way. So when you want to be seen as a wife, you want to. I want y'all to understand it's a certain way you got to carry yourself. Your husband, especially, and that's what we're trying to attract. Correct. So if that's what you want to, if you must understand, a righteous man is not going for you wearing dental flosses. He's not going for you having to weave down your back. He's not going for you wearing all this drag queen makeup.
Technically, sis, when you say aren't a husband, see, we're sexy. They trying to the biggest bag. They're not trying to attract the biggest bag. Be talking to Jimmy, Leroy, cousin Tim too.
All
because they just want to make a little money. I'm gonna take his money too, but he got big. The overall thing is because of the standard of is basically is to be successful, want to be successful. They want to live like Hollywood stars, Cardi B, live like that. They want to eat good, tail, drink, eat filet mignon, drink, get your nails done. You want crushed out. This is acceptable from society. Be mimicking what is success, and that's not. It's a lot of backwards thinking here that we.
Big contest. Yes. A lot of these women, they aren't looking for husbands. They don't. Um,
Looking for the bag.
they're looking for the bag, but they don't understand.
Show me
when you
show me the money.
Right, and that's it. And they don't want to protect these other qualities that come from a man. There's more than just what he can provide for you as physical items, monetary items. Like our women are, we're caught up in this perception of oh, I like me. All these men are attracted to me, but they're attracted to you for what? After, when they're talking to you, especially when you display yourself like, you know, when you choose to walk around here uncovered, that favorable.
Yeah.
You know, you can attract all the sugar daddies you want, but that's nothing. And what they say, quality over quantity, right? So you want that one good man that loves you for you.
Yes.
You know, one quality man.
Yeah.
Not millions of men that are just drooling over you. Oh, I have one more scripture on the other slide. All right, so we have Proverbs 31 and 25. Strengthening, and she shall rejoice in the time to come. Strength and honor are her clothing. When you put on your head wrap, when you are wearing your dress, I know I do. When I wrap my head, when I put on I feel good. I feel put together. I'm also than when I used to wear more tighter fitted clothing. Get the, oh hey little mama, what's up with you? Da 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 da. No, literally address you as queen, madam, making sure you're good. I mean, you know, you still have your weird people in between there, but you will see how people will treat you when you carry yourself with that strength and that honor, any type of way, because you ain't just anybody. All right, we are daughters, and we will carry ourselves as such with strength and honor. All right, all right. All right. Modesty shines from the inside out. Stay in full screen. Okay. Modesty shines from the inside out. So we're going to read from Galatians verses 22 through 26. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance, no law. And they that are Christ, or that are the Mashiachs, have crucified the affections and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Areas of vain glory, provoking one another and envying one another. A modest woman, you're going to, when we talk about how modesty shines from the inside, about a head wrap and a long skirt, this is what we're talking about. You work on that daily. You work on developing these things. If you don't have them, or you feel like you're lacking in some, every day the Most High wakes you up, you can get in that script. You can learn more and build your spirit up to have these things, to think in a more positive way from the inside out. Because remember, once again, that will shine from the inside out. Study on a few of these women like Ruth, Deborah, Esther, etc. There are a few more that you can research in the Word and study how did they address their men, their husbands, even the kings, their sons in general. Were they meek? Were they humble? Were they looked at as harlots, or were they honorable women of the I deal with these women, or was Hashatan dealing with these women? And that will show you, and you what they did and how they went about things, and know that that's not how you want to go about life. That's not hiring yourself, or even going about getting what you want or what you desire in wickedness. Women that are out here dressing half naked and doing different things, you're trying to get something. Just like that was a great point she brought out. These women aren't looking for husbands. They're just looking for a bag. They're just looking for to pay their rent for a few months, and then they'll go to the next dude. They're not looking for anything, something that will last long and last forever. So when you look at these women and how they in wickedness, you know to avoid that. You know to carry yourself with the fruits of the joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. That's that same spirit that I was talking about that men are looking for. They go women back in the day. A lot of the older gentlemen, when they say, remember when women was, chilling, man, to talk to somebody, when they was happy to have somebody compliment them, like they genuinely could see that it made their day to get a compliment. Not because of them being desperate. It was just cool. It makes you feel good. You're uplifted. You're already a happy person. So get you know. So we can go ahead and go to. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I want to point out since you mentioned that, look forward to having 2-hour conversations on the phone. Just sitting there, just really time out to get to know. It's crazy to really, and not only talk about it, but have come from. It wasn't broken, and so why are we trying to change?
Right. All right. So we have the Proverbs 7 woman versus woman. And the Proverbs 7, I will go ahead and Proverbs 7. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy finger of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding, that they may keep thee from the strange woman with a stranger, which flattereth. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld concerned among the youths a young man void of understanding, passing through the street, and he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot, and subtle, loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face, peace offerings with me. This day I paid my vows. Therefore come diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love and is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He had taken a bag of money with him appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield with the flattering him. He goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hastens to haste, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her path. Cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is and going down to the chambers of death. So that is the Proverbs 7. On the left, she has the attire of a harlot. She uses her beauty, vanity to attract men, going back once again to what my sister Nicole brought out. She wants to sleep with you so you can pay her rent, sleep with you so you can buy her. It's all vanity. It's all in the name of vanity. Many men go in unto her and they lose their soul. She uses them, abuses them. She is not modest. A lot of our brothers can stumble when they look upon her. She knows what men like. She knows what to show on it to trap a man. That is not this woman. That is not the way of a daughter of Zion. And our sisters, we are our brothers' keepers. We are our sisters' keeper. We want to bring them and see them get closer to the Most High. We want to see them on this walk. We are not trying to bring them down to hell. We want to see them make the kingdom. So that attire on the left is unacceptable. A lot of our sisters pose on Instagram, social media. Modesty, like I said, it's not yourself. You can wear something that these sisters have on the right and be, but if you posing bent over, there's certain poses that you gotta, let's be honest, the whole bathroom sink posted up on the bathroom sink, bent over trying to, that's not the way.
Yeah,
that's not the way.
Where you can see bottom part. I don't know. It's like they look
true.
Prop.
Girl, and all of the taxes. Back part.
Okay.
Look at my these are my assets. If this is not my asset, you could and I could be a mental case. But I'm doing this bump. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Serial killer.
Wrong.
And with you, found out that you deranged, delusional. What was I thinking? That's the problem. And you weren't thinking. You were thinking the Most High governs the mind, and emotions. But here was society, and we're just so know better. We don't know better.
That's what a lot of our sisters, especially the younger generations, coming up, they're in this social media thing, that's the way. And a lot of times, the parents, they working, they out to their daughters and what they're posting. And, you'll mess around and go on posing like this girl on the left, itty bitty shorts on, crop top, pulled up, once again, bent over, hunched over, showing a lot of cleavage, doing the most. It's sad when I see my baby sisters out here looking like that. I'm like, wow, like you don't have no guidance. You don't have nobody. You probably see your mama doing that. You probably see your, and so you think it's okay. But that's what this live stream is all about. Like, it's a certain way that you have to carry yourself as a woman if you want to be respected, if you want to be seen as honorable and seen as worthy unto the Most High. Proverbs, that's a harlot, and it emphasizes she's wearing the attire of a harlot. So there is attire for harlots that you would see a prostitute wear, selling her body. That's the point of what she does and what she, how she makes money from selling her body. But, and that was back in the day, especially. We have normalized the attire of a harlot. So this is normal. To see what is normal. So you can't tell, wait, is that your job, sis? Or what, sister? You can't tell the difference at all. Here and their everyday attire is stripper attire, is harlot, something that a harlot. And we got to get away from that, sisters, especially if we say we want this respect. We say we want our men to take us seriously. We say we want our men to be willing to. You got to show them that we are worthy of that. All right, we can proceed if there's nothing else y'all wanted to add. All right, so I did want to touch on hair and weave a little bit, because I know in our community, majority of us were taught to hate our hair. We're taught to, the kinkier, the more you are told, go fix that nappy in your hair. Go comb your hair.
Ooh,
So in our community,
we've been taught
having
that we have bad hair.
Yep.
There's no hair.
Taught that there's a difference between good hair and bad hair. When really good hair is healthy hair, no matter the texture, no matter the length, no matter any of that, the color, whatever. Okay, we are beautiful. The Most High made us so beautiful, so beautiful, and this system to make us believe the complete opposite about ourselves. Like, overtime. So we must work overtime to reverse that, as well as for the next generation of our daughters and even our sons. We don't want a woman that have kinky hair need to go do something to her hair. He needs to understand, I love her hair. I love our hair. I don't want a sister with weave down her back. She don't need. All praises to the Most High Yah. When you come into this truth, that's what you are welcomed with. When shout them out real quick. They love seeing us in our natural hair. They don't want to see the weave. They love seeing us rock our locks, our fros, our twist outs, our blowouts. They love seeing that. And I just have to say, shout out to that.
Bring it out, sis.
Okay.
No, for real.
So
another thing too, my husband said men lashes, so big old huge long where they cover, they have like little furry fists.
Yeah. It's like spiders or
crazy. Something. For real. Like doing all of this stuff. I don't know to say that good or whatever, but men look at them you are literally taking away by doing all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Big con. Okay. The men have spoken. Okay. They do not like. They want to see you for who you are. You know.
Yes.
Sisters who desire to be modest should. Here's why. Once again, embracing your natural hair is the best option. It is true self, who the Most High Elohim created you to be. This is part of modesty. Rocking your fro, your twist out, your locks, or daughters, something to look up to. You are their role model, and everything you do catch your child's attention and influence them. We are the role models, whether we want to be or not. I've heard a lot. I remember when, shaking my head, Cardi B's out. I remember there was a lot of women defending her, saying, y'all need to be looking after your children, making other people your children's role model and stuff like that. And while I understand that, we also have to understand women of the Most High, we care for all children. We don't just care for if we are not mothers yet, we still look at other people's children. I know I do. I would want to instill the righteousness, the value that they need instilled in them. We have that responsibility, and that's what I wanted to say, because a lot of women these days, you could say modern women, that child, that ain't none of my business. You need to get your child, and yes, that's true. Once again, be a parent to it takes a village, right? So if half the village is prancing around here against what you are raising your child to do and be, that can be detrimental. So I'm frustrated when they see stuff like this going viral and being promoted to their children like it's okay.
Yes,
that's just
like that.
It's a huge thing.
Freedom, the body positive freedom still comes with others, and you cannot live your life as if it's the people around you by blood or if it is whatever you're doing on the other person, and that's lost over time as well. New selfish right now where me, and it's not, and that's something else we talk too about unity. A responsibility to the other, responsibility to you, Chayil, to Nicole. I have a responsibility, to women out there. I still have a responsibility, and
it's not wanted to add something ability part to that stand, in that we all it's all try to encourage it. Clubhouse, and the name of the room was if you don't run to church, the right. And so in the room of those people, I'm gonna be honest. So please you please hide. So they were to have happened in different things that happened. Something came up, but I was just being, and it was some men in the room, and they're kind of scared to bring it on out because their point was our man house. Now listen to this. It don't matter what you no means no. Sister, sister. I get it. I'm all for it. I asked the dude when come by your house 3 in the morning. So what that mean? That means it's time for action. The women, if I don't, I'm there with doing here 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And please, and I want you to say he as a man control himself. It's like going in the alliance. It's like going in an alliance den. Also, while holding the piece, saying, "I'm here. I got 2 pieces. I'm a human, and this is the piece of meat. Eat meat." You know what I'm saying? And the Lord devour everything. This is what I do. And that because I said that women's fault that men can't control themselves. But it's a 2-way side to that. You yourself in some situation. So it's the accountability on women. Men need to learn how to step up to the plate. I agree with a lot of that. But what do now?
Yeah,
what's our
They don't want to hear. They don't give them the responsibility by the head, not human, by the head. The eternal. It's a problem when they say that be the nurturers, be at home. You read what's the woman instruction of them because they want to stand and they've been tricked though. They don't know no better. So we still in prayer and we gonna cut the topics and we not gonna be swallowed. Most High give us platform that needs to be females need to know, and we're not. We have to learn because we thought, you know what I'm saying. When you go on the door, you come into the knowledge and truth and attractive. Nonsense, because the Most High is in you. You're already attracted and represent the Most High, or your curvage and your cleavage, lipstick and makeup on. You need to really know what the message is. We attach these, make them out of gods. How many makeup on? Come on now. It became a god to you. You can't even have on makeup.
Making it an idol.
And then you did the same thing.
Yeah.
Can you go on or do you gotta put on a Brazilian video that I sent you with those women that thought that hair that is being other countries are sacrificing. So guess
it's sacrifice.
What? It's idolatry and vanity. You don't put on this hair that they done sacrifice. You wonder why you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce, and now you had a spirit of must know the half of it, and this we touching on, but with really to get they need to know, and so that we coming back with part 2.
It's a horror movie. Matter of fact, about have you seen?
I saw the commercial for that.
Oh, no, that movie. It brings to referring to but was literally cursed, attacking people, and it was ruined her life. It was, but
right, because you represent you. That's not you. 12 inches down to your lashes and your nails gone, is not you.
Okay. Go. Con, that was a powerful point brought out.
Mm-hmm.
That is sold as bundles and wigs are sacrificed to other gods. They sacrifice their hair to idols in certain rituals dedicated to other deities. I can guarantee you, my love, that the Most High is not pleased with us covering something that was used to pay homage or give esteem to other gods, sacrifice to idols. And we take that hair and we sew it into our hair. And then on top of that, we wonder why we run around here with no edges, while we're out here bald, losing our hair. You know, this is something a lot of our sisters struggle with. I hate to see it. And a lot of times it is due to a lot of self-hate because they can't sew as along. So they damage their own hair in order to keep up this idol, have this false sense of confidence when they sew in this weave. Chapter 20, verses 3 and 5. Thou shalt have no other God. He goes on to say, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. A jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation that hate me. We can proceed. So I probably would drop this link down below to go and fully like check out this article. But the article was just describing that these people go through, men and women go through this ceremony or this ritual in honor, you know, to show honor and respect and pay homage once again to gods and things of that sort.
And you see this so that um where taught something else, but this is the truth of life, like, and, and it's crazy if you ever thought to say, well, let me about this, or let me research what I'm doing.
Well, Chris Rock did
Mm-hmm.
a video, and he went all over. They literally told him, you could see the video is this. I put it in our group chat thing here, and they were letting him know that they're sacrifice to their God, and they go straight bald.
That's how I'm looking
at, and they like chopping everywhere, like it's disgusting. You know, rating is it. You could, me personally, when I saw that video on the kick about wearing my natural hair, after seeing that video, I just no weave in my hair anymore. Braids is fine, you know what I'm saying? With the all praises, but with that and that human hair, no, because what spirit am I connected to? Because now I'm putting somebody else God, and I'm thinking I'm looking. Wow, I'm representing another too, and you know that's the way it's open with these different spirits, lust, you know, now whatever now I'm dealing with this flesh, or I'm dealing with depression, or that deity that they're serving. But mentally, we don't think about that. We don't know that because we don't have our own power. No, power because he is in us. He doesn't want us to defile our body with period. You read that?
Yes. Kind holds energy. A lot of us know, like, you can literally feel, this is a way of sensing things. This is designed by the Most High. A lot of people think that's just some mumbo jumbo, but it's for real. And so when you are taking these other people's hair that they have in order to sacrifice it to another god, they're putting their energy and everything towards this deities. And what generational curses is this person dealing with? The Brazilian, whatever bundles of weave and wigs and everything from. What were they in their bloodline that they're dealing with? What type of energy were
all kind of
they holding and possessing?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? All you know of some way that you're acting, the significance behind you don't realize that. And I'm glad that you brought this up by the hair going to this. But this is educational thing, so it's like excuse we don't have the excuse anymore. This hair is tied to a ceremony
Paganism.
that they serving paganism. They're serving it. I seen on the Chris Rock video they're saying I seen the blood. That's another thing. Guys, look up yourself and see what those gods that they're in sacrificing their hair to is with that God. And it might be some find out about things that have happened in your
Right. That is a powerful point that you brought out. Yeah, that documentary that Chris Rock had put together. I remember watching that a few years back. It was, and a lot of the times when we wear these bundles and stuff, it is like we said, it's not saying that we should go and take somebody else's hair, got hair like ours, and do that, but it looks like ours. We go after the straight, wavy, textures, and so that is, and we don't embrace who the Most High does to be. All right, we can go to the next slide. All right, once again, we are not oppressors. We are set apart. We are set apart for a reason, you guys. Proverbs 3, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Jeremiah, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven at them. So learn not the way of the heathen. Peter 2:9, generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Show forth the praises of Buddha or any of these other deities that these people are sacrificing. This none of that. It says we are literally a set apart nation. We are a holy nation, a peculiar priesthood. So why are we out here? If we're the salt of the earth, and we got the flavor, we got everything that all these other nations are after. Why are we sowing their hair? Why do we desire to be like them? A lot of it, once again, and we got to come out of that. If we want to fully embrace modesty and being modest as a woman, who you are and who the Most High created you to be. That's your thick locks and all. Who you are, who the Most High intended for you to be. Do not get caught up, because that's in idol worship, and you don't even know it. And we want our sisters, when they have in this different weave, and have them out here acting a fool, don't know how to act. Don't know how to act.
Literally less of the Most High.
We were set apart for a reason. We got to embrace that. We got to learn to embrace. It means embracing ourselves from head to toe. Embrace being peculiar, being odd. That's what we were meant to be. Once we stop trying to fit in as other nations and be like them, and all these different things, look like them, talk like them, walk like them, no, forget all that. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna be in truth. I'm gonna study, and I'm going to stand in who the Most High intended for me to be. That is when your confidence will go through the roof in righteousness. Most High. Next slide. All right, so this is some of the curses. This is the ball that a lot of our sisters deal with. So Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the dark and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and menacing and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite thee with the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. That portion will discover their secret parts. It clicked for me. I was like, tell me us not being modest or being immodest is a part of the curse. Is a part of the curses in Deuteronomy. I was shook, y'all. I said, hold up. I said, hold up.
Yeah.
We are feeding into those curses. I said, Lord, I said, this is too deep. I said, give me a second. Moreover, I said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. Y'all know that's the opposite. We know this. If a woman is supposed to be carrying herself with love and righteousness, spirit, shamefacedness, that's the complete opposite of being haughty and walking with stretched forth necks. That's that attitude that we sisters, when they get these new wigs, these sew-ins, they get haughty. They walk with tell them nothing. They are they are everything in a bag of chips. And because our women struggle with this modesty, they were cursed.
Reminds me of that song.
Brought to shame.
What that Beyonce, that's what she sing about because of her ego.
Oh, ego.
Something. It's just, and I was just like, wow, way to, somebody cares about themselves, about them, and how they world views them, and we have gotten so stuck on as the world see me. How we have allowed perception of us to be the our most high of our heart, and in a way, like we sick.
Yes. That was a powerful. Yes. Exodus 20 and verse 30. Thou shalt have no other. Once we understand these idols and we get a full understanding of idol, you are indeed practicing in paganism and idol worship, and you're these people who have sacrificed this hair to other gods, and you're sewing this hair into your head, knowing that it was. We must repent and turn from our even if maybe we didn't know, but now that you know, repent and move forward, sister. At some point, all of us had to have that realization at some point. So this is to move forward with confidence in being a daughter of the Most High. Who needs weaves, hair wraps, sis? I know you see these sisters in this picture. In these pictures, they look beautiful, they look royal.
Look, that royal priesthood.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that royal priesthood, sis. Beautiful. And that's why I say that's a big thing with modesty. And we'll get frequently asked questions, but a lot of times women feel like, oh, modesty and, oh, if I got to throw my on, be out here looking crazy. Guess what, sis? Let's say you are struggling with some of that hair loss, or you may have thinning edges. Start wearing your hair wraps. The more you continue to wear that weave, you're going to feed into the problem. But guess what? With hair wraps, you could be deep conditioning under your hair wrap, oil treatment under your hair wrap, letting that oil soak in to your scalp and nourishing
Let me
to help.
tell you, women, we so quick to throw on a body and try to stuff, and you out here looking crazy wearing that to sleep, honey. That's outward house, but this is something. It's fashionable, take away from who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yes, kind. Yeah. Once again, like you said, I'm so glad you brought that up with the. I had this thought not so long ago, and I was speaking to my mother, and I was just like, it's out of the house with these bonnets on because okay, I get it. We all had them days where your hair ain't looking the hottest. We get it, sis. Throw on a hair wrap. You can have a hair wrap on and go from looking busted with these bonnets on, looking like you just rolled out of bed, to looking like straight up royalty.
Yes.
That is
like
you part of our culture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A big part of it. That is so true. Once again, rocking our froze blowouts, and once again, your hair wrap season will give our daughters something to look up to. We messages we are communicating to our youth, and so when it comes to modesty, example for your daughters, to where they look at you and they say, "No, modesty is fun." My mom, the way she know how to put stuff together, honey, I want to be like my mom. She looks so pretty, and you actually being confident in that too. Being confident in who you are, being confident in that outfit that you decided to wear. In this little quote on the picture, it says, "We are really proud of our hair. I'm glad that I can say I love my hair to do the same." And that's beautiful, and all praises. All praises. We can be a mother with sew-ins, with blonde wigs and weaves and everything. Right here with the afro, with the beautiful afro that we see in this picture, with her little bow. And no, you're beautiful. Yeah, embrace your hair. Yeah, your hair texture is beautiful. But she's looking back at you like, but you're not wearing yours.
Right.
It's so beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to have blonde hair.
Right. I want to be like you. So if this is beautiful, like, I want to look like you. And so if we know that our daughters look up to us in that way. I mean, fire under us to say, forget how I feel. Forget about all that. My baby is going to love themselves. My sons are not going to look at other nations and think that that's what mother. They're going to look at their sisters and know that that is what beauty is. That is what royalty is. Yeah, we can move on. So these are just some more sisters. A lot of times, a misconception is that our hair is just hard. While we do have a lot of hair, our hair can be very thick. It can be coarse, or whatever the case may be. The same few hours that you put aside to get your hair sewn, to get a weave sewn in, is to deep condition your hair, to do hot oil treatments, to massage your scalp, to really show your hair love. Another thing when it comes to our hair, even whether you're doing your own hair or your daughter's hair, you want to and speaking positive things, positive affirmations over your children, over your own hair, or trying to get comfortable with it. That's fine. That's fine. You may not have been used to wearing your hair, but in order to get comfortable, you must be in the mirror when you do your hair. Speak positive things. I will take the necessary time to pour into my hair, to nurture my hair, on my hair, and my hair is flourishing because of it. We have to really give that to our daughters while doing their hair. Speak great things, like a lot of you get popped with a comb, or you hear like girl, your hair is just it's time to do this. It's such a hassle, such a weight, and I get it. It's a lot to deal with, but we gotta be patient. Yeah, we gotta exercise that patience and show our daughters to love their hair. And on top of that, once again, are so beautiful, y'all. I have considered getting locks myself. And locks are so struggled with. I've met sisters that are like, look, I've been natural for X amount of years, and my hair just not giving what it's supposed to give. And I get that. Maybe it's not giving you the length that you want. I've seen sisters that struggle with growing their hair, they go and get locks, and now their hair just growing like a weed. It's coming. You know what I'm saying?
And
because it's a little.
I feel like we were never really to care for our hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing too. And this is where a lot of it is coming from, and not wanting to deal with it or which really does just our natural hair. Take the time and learn.
Very, very much. Yeah.
Patience, long suffering. So yes, we must have patience. I'm sorry. So these are a couple of ask questions about modesty. So I'm gonna address these first three. Read. Can you be stylish and modest? The answer is yes. Do you have to look homeless? Not. Can I still express myself in style while being modest? We are a royal chosen people, and we should carry ourselves as such. So stylish and modest. Add your little touches. Add your feminine touches and your feminine flair to your outfit. Play around with different colors. Do you have to look home in conception when it comes to modesty? I remember coming into the truth and seeing certain systems promoting like, nah, because that's vain. That's vain if you trying to look good and you want to, know what I'm saying, and not even talking about like literal vanity. They're just talking about you wanting to be put together, look nice, be clean, put together. Once again, like nice colors, or a little jewelry here, a little sparkle here. You cannot be a woman. And let's be real, we are women. We are royal women. If you see a queen, if we call ourselves queens, princesses, whatever, of the Most High, y'all, we do not run around here. You do not have to run around here looking like a, runaway slave. And
don't.
That's the thought people have when they think of modesty. Yeah. So once again, yourself and be fashionable. Modesty isn't about throwing away feminine expression. Sisters, they have their own style, their own vibe going on. You have the sister on the far left, got her little gold pieces on her twist. You see the sister's natural, and she's still, so you can have your hair wrap on, you could cover your whole head, or you could have a little hair coming out, a little curl here, add a little spice, add a little jazz to it. You know, she got her little earrings on, her nose pierced, full skin is glowing, she looks natural, beautiful. The sister in the middle, she got the outside flourishing. She looks happy. She looks very womanly. Like she takes great care of herself, and she has her hair wrapped on her silk scarf and her little purse, her little bag on the side. She has her hair wrapped on with a little bit of hair. You know, got the little side part. Got a nice with a crop top, but she's wearing high-waisted pants, as you can see. So, you know, not really seeing all her stuff. And it's beautiful. You know, these women are still expressing who they are. They don't look worn down. So modesty is not about looking worn down and not caring about yourself and keeping it. As the Daughters of Zion, that's us. We are like, that's us. And our men love to see us put together. No man, you know, no man want to see down like she just tired of life and just, you know, life is just beating her, running her in the ground, sis. So modesty is not, once again, modesty is not throwing away your femininity as a woman. You can proceed. Once again, these are just more examples of modest women who are fashionable, and guess what? They do not have to have their cleavage out. They don't have to have a super form-fitting out fringes. They got their head wraps. Some of them have their natural hair out with a couple and accessories. They're, you know, jazzing it up. You can jazz up and look put together. Look at the sister on the far right, beautiful with the fro in, got the black outfit on with the coat. She is doing rocks royal. Okay, she rocking. She rocking. Baby sis is rocking.
She has understood us
like this.
assignment.
Okay, yes. Assignment. All right. So as you can see, we have this group of sisters over here. They each got of what they're wearing. The head wraps, natural hair, all of that. Beautiful shades, earrings. That's us once again. You got a sister in the middle. A lot of our sisters, you may not be the girly, like over the top type, and that's fine. You could be a more, in a way, like heel, laid back. You don't really want to wear a whole bunch of heels and sandals. Okay, cool. Find a dress. Throw you on some Vans, some tennis shoes, and you good to go. A little, maybe a hair wrap. You're out the door, sis. You don't have to feel like you're overdone. You know. So some more FAQs about modesty. Does being modest? The answer is no. And we can go on. Next, break that down. All right. So, equal insecurity. Now, this is something that I've heard a few women say who for the most part, they do dress, I'm gonna be honest, like harlots. They dress very a lot. And I'm just being honest, you know, women giving sisters advice for in dating and things like that, saying like, girl, you're not gonna attract no man because you look like you're insecure. You look like you're trying to hide something. So choosing to be modest doesn't mean you are insecure about yourself. Modesty, once again, is deeper than just covering it, and it shows that you view your vessel as valuable and precious. For example, a newborn baby down with a baby uncovered, unwrapped. A lot of times when you see people out the house with newborns, you see them with the blanket car seat because they don't need all these different people in their baby's face. That's something that is precious to people. You're not going to run around town flaunting that, or you could get robbed. Those are rubies. These things are precious. People do not run around town. Somebody who is smart is not going to take something that is of such high value. So this vain mindset of she must not be confident in her body is not logical and actually a very childish way of thinking. Covered shows respect and dignity for herself if she is a wife, and if she is a wife, her husband who is her head. All right, so we covered that. The very last, and y'all we could go over, but I just tried to narrow them down. This last question is very popular, and I hear it a lot. My husband is telling me I need to cover up, showing too much skin. Doesn't that make him insecure? And the answer is no, sis. He's actually looking out for you as his wife, as his responsibility.
Yeah.
So he is responsible for you in more ways than one, not just physically, really, even financially. He is responsible for you. So, and then that goes back to even saying like, no, you ain't finna go out the house wearing that. A lot of times they just chuck it up to, oh, he's insecure, troll me. But ladies, these men are trying to protect us. They want the best for no men. They know the mindset of most men. So they don't want you out here by other creeps, weirdos, the same creeps that you complain about. The same way these stuff. And they complain, they come back and complain about, oh, this person was, looking at this creep was following me. Like, why are creeps following me? But you know what you're wearing. You know what you're doing. We cannot play silly or ignorant or stupid. Like, you know what you're doing when you put on certain stuff. When we go to a certain job interview, you're not about to wear this same attire that you street. So you know when and where to wear certain stuff. So that lets me know right there, we know what we're doing. We just like to play silly, and we don't want to be held accountable for our role that we play. Mm-hmm. So going into this picture right here, I thought this was a great example of this and being covered versus being uncovered. When you see, so you look at this picture, you see an unwrapped lollipop. You see these ants, tons of ants. And my question is the lollipop intended to be enjoyed? The answer is no. Lollipops are not made. Lollipops are intended for other human beings to enjoy, to unwrap and enjoy. You notice lock into that wrapped lollipop for a reason. So when you were out, you were getting all this vain glory, this attention from roaches. You're attracting fleas. You're attracting flies. But in the same breath, some of these women, you want to be a wife. Well, you have to carry yourself on the other end, the lollipop on the other side that is wrapped. Guess what? It will be unwrapped, intended to eat it. So when you think of yourself, you will be unwrapped, meant to see you in your nakedness. That is not for the world.
Crazy.
It's not for the world to see, ladies.
Up there getting them peas. I love them.
Bro. Everybody just get a bite, a taste. until
like,
there's nothing left. Until
it ain't no like it. Look, they like it ain't have nothing.
in the world, and then you expect the right man to come and pick that up, to come and pick up that sucker where the ants have already enjoyed it. You want to make your husband, to come. So yeah, we got to be careful with that, lady.
Like he gonna rinse it and put it back in the wrap.
Yeah, right. Toss it a little bit, wash it off. So, we got to be careful with that for our husband. So, and that's on period. All right. So the covering, you look back in the older days before feminists and all this stuff hit our community as hard as modesty equals family, and that is your covering. So your husband of the family, the Mashiach is over him, and the Most High is over the Mashiach. So modesty equals family. It means you see that we have protection from our men. We just had in general love and compassion. Two parent households, strong between our men and our women. Once again, back to what those older gentlemen, as women just being happy to to chat and talk to a guy. You know what I'm saying? You have to go nowhere sexual. It's just chilling, talking to your people, talking to your kinfolk, talking to your counterparts in your community. So like I said, stronger bonds in general. How you are dressed, once again, like I said, it ain't no more. Hey, come here, little mama. Dude, you look nice in them shorts. Girl, you got a cape. No, you're being addressed as queen. Hello, let me hold the door for you. Oh, do you got that? You got that? Okay, cool. Looked at it as something precious and a value.
I wanted to bring some. I want you to see how
bring it out.
I want you to see how morally we have just looking at this video the other day, listening to it as I was like, dog, they was, hey, little mama, why you with that funky body? Girls is little bitty element. What's the funky one? See what I'm saying? But it's it was kids. You don't. And see what I'm talking about. It's like one of the groups. What are some of y'all groups and different things like that? That looking over time and how why you dance to funky, see that bump. We just bring it on out, blunt and upfront about it. It's nobody did, but they put a little cute sweats in. But nah, it was, hey, little mama, why you dance so funky? Like, it was still talking about the same. It's just being more. So.
Yes, so it's a shame. That is a shame. But like we were saying, modesty of your family, you have your covering. Lack of modesty equals no family. Today's generation, we see a lot less family. We see a lot less of our men and our women getting along. You see the complete opposite. You see men and women can't stand each other, putting each other back for one another. Women ain't ish, men ain't ish. Women all be and I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in this, And it's sad. It's really sad. Modesty equals no family. So when it was no family. We don't have a protection. We don't have our covering. What's the number one thing you hear a lot of people, like, especially people like how she carries herself, but people like her, protect black women, protect black women.
Yeah.
You got to give them something to protect. What is he protecting?
Right.
You know?
Right.
What is he protecting?
Very.
I hate to say it, but so like I said, we have no protection or covering from our men. You can also read about this in Isaiah. Single motherhood. You read about that in Isaiah. Respect. We have no bond or no love. Like I said again, a man could come up to a woman, to our sisters, and he gets an attitude. It's like, dang, I was just giving you a compliment. Like no sexual stuff. I genuinely like your hair. I genuinely think you're a beautiful young lady. I know you more. You know? But he's met with an eye roll, flip, or, you know, I don't know if y'all have seen that or heard that sound on Instagram, and I'm sure it's on TikTok, but I don't have TikTok. But on Instagram Reels, it's like this little where and women are like reacting to it and like you know, doing their little whatever to basically a guy trying to talk to a woman, and he's like, you know, well, you know, I just want to get to know you, and then or holler at you, whatever. And the woman is like, holler at me for what? And he's like, what? And then he's what? And then he's like, you know, well, you know, I just thought you was cool. You know, I want to get to know you. I think you're beautiful. The woman is just like, oh, oh, that's cute. Da, da, da. Like, just very rude, very bitter. Just coming from a bitter place. And that's real, like, and it's like a little funny thing on Reels, but or on Instagram or whatever. But women are really like that these days. You know, oh, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? Very, like I said, once again, back then our women, our foremothers, they used to feel happy and excited. What we need them. They weren't scared to admit that we needed them. We want to talk to you. So, yeah, we need you. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You're a fine young man. You're good. We could talk, but no. You know what I'm saying? This day and age, no. We dismiss like they don't exist. We toot our nose up at them. We're haughty, and that makes them. And then that goes into the whole thing with the whole them going somewhere else. You know, today because they don't see that modest womanly nature from us. We're very inviting and nurturing and loving and accepting to our own men. Where a lot of times these days they're treated like trash, hardly, you know, because that's how a lot of our women unfortunately choose to carry themselves. Is a prostitute, like I said, harlot attire is normal. Like that's like people don't even bat an eye at that attire anymore. They don't bat an eye. It's not like it's just, oh, okay, girl, you cute. If anything, you get a compliment. You know, that's cute. It's sad.
It's been normalized.
So this is another example that I wanted to show y'all. Just wanted to give y'all something. The covering for the family. You see a man, he is there for his woman. Who, the honest ladies, when you are pregnant, you are at one of your most vulnerable states. You know, giving birth, and a lot of our women, unfortunately, are single mothers and pregnant by yourself, but you're in the labor and delivery room by yourself. Nobody there. Make sure that you're getting the assistance that you need, the love and the care, the nurturing that you need. So vulnerable at this time. You are at some of, like, what do they say? I've read somewhere that is the closest a woman will come to death in her life. So, you know, it's a risky situation. You're trying to bring life into this world. That ain't nothing to play with. And to do that, I hate seeing my sisters go through that alone. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. And not only does that woman need you, but those children, brothers. So we need that covering for the family. No covering. You see, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Confused. That's the worst place to be in when you're
Angry.
about to expect. You don't want to feel. You don't want to feel alone. You don't happy where you should feel excited to bring this new life, not feel like you're about to enter into and not have anybody there to help you with your baby when they're crying. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go back to a lot of that. Like I said, no covering has resulted in us not having a covering spiritually, physically, emotionally. All back when we were more covered up, you notice we had more of a covering as far as the head of the house had that man there. We had that protection. So we got to get back to a modest lifestyle, like my sis Princess said.
So another thing you mentioned with the no covering and baby is in your womb, soaking up all the feeling. So
Bring it out.
are you feeling so up, negative, angry, hurt? Your baby in your womb thing, and now
absorbing that
in this vulnerable state.
Wow.
You know, like life as a newborn, and you already got it.
Oh,
Like,
wow. Generational curses. Wow. That's a generational curse. Good example.
Get into it. I want us to go ahead and refresh the show. It's there's going on in the end what we doing, but we finna hit and
oh yeah, we're gonna get through it
live so we can and do our presentation. So now each of us and just tie it all. Let us refresh and we're
Okay. I'm next.
yeah. So all right. So we just hit refresh on it. Let me get our
Big kind.
slide back up
here too. It sounds a lot better.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah, we wanted to do that, but we didn't want to cut you off.
Right. No,
that's fine.
Yeah, we were that's what we were talking about. Girl, this was right here. Something else. The enemy. This is really good topics that were being brought out, and then with the child thing too, because people were coming in, and they can't comment, and that's what they want to do, interact.
Yeah. So we are going to, as we were showing you earlier, we're about to discuss modesty in the eyes of our children, and just want to touch on a few things.
You doing your portion now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I was.
So we're gonna do, just talking about kids and how all of this pertains to our children. And I want to start off with a verse. This is 2 Peter 3:9, and it says, Yahuwah is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but it is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Come on now.
So our Most High Creator does not want any of us to perish. He wants us all to come to repentance. Repentance is making a 180-degree turn away from your current state and your current life that you've been living. repentance brings about a change in you. And this is one of the things that we are coming to discuss with you today. So I want to just do this. Did a little Bible study on it, just personally, just gathering information. And one of the first things I want to talk about is to get the kids on your side. So as we're discussing modesty, I just want to break down different ways that you yourself in your home, in your neighborhood, wherever you are, to be able to reach the youth. So if your children do not understand how their clothing choices reflect on them and on their witness for God, they will not follow the standards the family has set. So it is easy to say, I'm the parent and you do what I tell you. But while that approach may bring about outward conformity to the standard, it will not help your children to begin to value modesty in their own hearts. Instead, you want to help them to understand why modesty is such an important character issue and teach them to make good decisions on their own. We found it very helpful to be able to give our children reasons as to the suitability or unsuitability of a piece of apparel. It's good to be able to explain how what we wear can influence people's opinions of us. This explanation, of course, must be purposeful and age appropriate. Your children may honestly not realize that the item they love to wear may cause some people to look at them in a way that they are not anticipating. They may respond by saying that this is their problem and that they should have more self-control. And again, this is true, but our children need to understand that we want to glorify God at all times, in all we wear and all we do, and that some clothing hinders us from doing so. We are not responsible for other people's reactions, but we can dress in a way that does not encourage such ungodly reactions to us. So offer a role model. The teaching of modesty should begin as early as possible. Model a modest form of dress yourselves as parents. Provide bathrobes for family members and be aware of the way you dress both within and outside of your home. Minimize the impact of the brand name mentality by avoiding such behavior yourself. Often we get our kids hooked on brand names by dressing our young children in these clothes, and it becomes hard to backtrack when the price tag inflates or the styles become racier, as what we're dealing with right now.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for good role models that are older than your own children and allow these friends to influence them. They can be a tremendous help to you. Also, watch for positive examples in the world of entertainment and introduce your kids to them. This is a big one because, like how you mentioned TikTok, I don't have a TikTok myself. And these phones, this internet has just made it so accessible to reach your children without the parent even being in the same room, without them even knowing that this is what their children are accessing. So encourage them as well to cultivate a vibrant walk with Yahushua by being models of such a walk yourselves as parents. Counter the media. So realize that fashion is a big business. Kids and teen clothing represents a multi-billion-dollar industry. And the advertisers, they know exactly what to do to entice our children. They are bombarded from an increasingly early age through the media, music, videos, TV, and technology. In fact, marketing that used to be aimed at teens has now shifted to the tween group, which is ages 8 to 13. And I'll even say younger, even younger than that. Like the shift, I think it's because the younger children are, the more you can impress on them.
Yeah.
So they want to attack them at a younger age.
I saw something that was so confusing. I'm telling you, on TikTok, TikTok is something else. TikTok is another level of filthy and evilness. Every app is something different. You started out with Facebook, that wasn't good enough. You went to Instagram, that was crazy. Now you got TikTok, and on TikTok, not talking down on anybody. On TikTok, the girl had an infant baby, and somebody asked her, well, "Why didn't you give this baby a girl bottle when it's a boy?" And she was like, "Because my baby is gay." But I'm just saying though, it's a baby. He does. It's a child. At that age, that child is trying to get some doggone milk in his mouth and trying to grow.
And go to
he can't even open his eyes. He 1 month old, and she say, "I'm giving him girl stuff because he's identified with being gay." So when I saw this, I said, "Our generation is out there, honey. This not the same generation. This Generation X and then everybody all together is crazy. It just is crazy."
So it says this shift is having a noticeable impact on children in this age category. Kids are being made to grow up faster than ever before. Adult clothing styles are being mini-sized to fit the youth. As Bessie Hart pointed out, this has led to the sexualization of children seeking to emulate their media heroes. And it's not just the clothes that are being adopted, but also the attitudes toward life in general and sexuality in particular. So they are trying to...
And that's what brings me to another point, because I don't think those mothers who have those children who have accounts who out there doing all this with their makeup on and whipping their hair and they dancing, they have older men and women that are attracted to them that are pedophiles. So it's almost like you offering your child up like a sacrifice.
Like, here you go.
Here you go.
Take my baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can diminish the influence of media by helping our children make wise choices when concerning TV programs, videos, movies, music, and reading material. It's important to begin at an early age to instill values and guidelines for making discerning choices. Talk about these choices in entertainment and fashion selection with your children before they become tweens and teens. And mention the dangers posed by porn of all types, as children are being exposed to such things earlier and earlier in life.
Right.
You want them to understand the importance of treating themselves and others with respect, and you want to help them to understand how porn devalues people. In a world and culture inundated with ways to please itself, Yahuwah knew that we would need a reminder that beauty comes from the Most High and not from our clothes. As we've already discussed earlier in the video, you were created. You in your natural form, you are already beautiful. And there's nothing more that you can do or add or change to heighten that, because you already are, and you have to know that you already are. So modesty wasn't designed to frustrate us. God designed modesty to help our lives and bodies, to help keep them focused on Him instead of ourselves. So living and dressing in a way that points people back to the Most High, not not pointing it back to us. Not to this fleshly, decaying, rotting,
right?
thing.
Because we're a spiritual body being.
Yes.
And this is physical. This ain't even much us. This is so we don't identify with this body. We identify with the spirit because we are spirit.
Our true selves. So open your heart and allow God to wipe away any preconceived ideas about modesty and start allowing God to show you what dressing modesty is really about. So 1 Peter chapter 3:3-4, your adornments must not be merely external, braiding the hair, wearing gold jewelry, or putting on apparel. So we talked about this earlier. Also, when you look at the scripture, we see that God is giving us examples, not rules. So we want to change that. These are not rules. These are examples, okay, about the way to dress. These examples are to show us that our clothes and outward appearance are not where we gain our true significance or beauty. God didn't intend for these examples to become the rules that we live our lives by. But when we make these our rules, it can cause us to compare our standards to others instead of with God. So when these comparisons prove us slightly better, we call ourselves good. So now I'm talking to the women who are already dressing modest. You are not to point your nose down at nobody else just because you feel like you got it right. What are you doing? What are you doing to help the next woman? You talking about her and pointing your nose down at her does not make you better in no way, shape, or form.
About her.
Right.
No.
You're still doing something. You're still adding to the problem because you're still sinning now when you gossiping and when you looking down on that person when
and
you're not
modest.
looking down on them to be self. Right. You're not trying. Thank you. You're not trying to be salvation to them. You're trying to condemn them.
But what
and
about?
then you want to say righteously.
What about these young girls? A lot of older women use their mouth to verbally attack these young women about their style of dress instead of using their mouth to help them. What are you doing to help them? Because they're obviously lost.
Right.
They're obviously like something has not changed in their life. Nobody has cared enough.
Another thing that I've noticed, and it's on TikTok as well, these grandmothers who used to be the foundation, man, these grandmothers is off their chain. They're on their mother blankety, blank, blank. And everybody is laughing. The grandmothers, remember the elderly people used to be, you know what I'm saying, the foundation. Used to could be able to go to that elderly person. Your grandmother used to keep the house together. Your great grandmother, hey, come on, y'all, come. And she was respected. Honey, now the grandmothers, what about that video where that grandmother is falling out on the floor by the stove and she got those octopus lashes on and she done open up her chest and yeah, this somebody grandma, 70 some years old. I'm trying to tell you. So now it's being shown that it's okay. The grandmother's doing it. We got the elderly doing it. Then you look at my age, which is the baby boomers, they say. We definitely doing it because we out there young with the teenagers. Now you go to her generation and they definitely doing it.
Honey, getting down.
Then you go to your generation. You in your 20s, so you got three different generations here. I'm 40, she 30. You come in your 20s. So now you go to the kids. What example do they have? What do you want the kids to do? Nova Bean, come here.
So it says God would rather us seek Him in each situation, asking questions like, what is the wise choice for my situation? Or does this outfit point to God or to myself? God doesn't want us to seek the rules for our answers. He wants us to seek him. He wants us to search his truth and wisdom for each situation. So 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20. Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God, and that you are not your own? For you have been bought for a price. Therefore glorify God in your body. And do in Romans 12:12, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect.
Yes.
God did not create modesty so that people would stop comparing or lusting. These things are sometimes byproducts, but they are not the purpose. The purpose of modesty is holiness. God created us to be holy, meaning we are set apart. As we were sharing with you earlier, holiness is not achieved by being good or following moral rules. It's achieved through seeking to be intimate with God so that you can't even breathe without him. And the last verse, 1 Samuel 16 and 17. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For God does not see as a man sees, since man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.
Yes. Bring it out, sisters.
So now we are going to pass it over to our dear sister Nicole. She's going to talk about keeping the standards of the Most High versus the world standards, particularly us women.
Yes. Why it is important to keep the standards of the Most High versus the world standards that we so badly love to live up to. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, dear sisters. So before we start, take a breath, everyone. Thank you. That breath is what the Father put in you. I just want to begin to start by uplifting our beautiful, beloved sisters all over the world, every woman and every girl. And I want to tell you that you are made in the image of the Most High. You have purpose. You are brave. You are strong. You are important. And the Father loves you, and you are everything, and everything is you. I would like to share with you who you are. So the head of I'm gonna share verse Genesis 1:27 so you know who you are, because this is one of the reasons I feel well not I feel this is one of the reasons the Most High showed me why we are so confused as women on who we are, because we don't know who we are. So the Most High told me to show you who you are. And maybe then you can be able to understand. Not maybe, you will be able to understand. I speak it into existence because it's the truth. And so if you go to Genesis 1:27, it says, so the head of all existence, and I say the head of all existence because he is the head of all existence, created man in his own image. In the image of the head of all existence, created he him, male and female created he them. So you were created in the image of the Father. So here goes another one, and it comes from Ephesians 4:6, and it says, one power and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. So that's who you are.
Wow.
You are the Father. The Father is in you.
Amen.
He created you in his image. So you don't have to go and feel like you separated.
Yeah.
You're not separated. He is in you. In your goodness, in your badness. He's there. So the Most High told me to tell you that. So I wanted to uplift our sisters, but I wanted to let you know who you are. Because I think so many times society and different things have tricked us, different religions have tricked us. Like we got to go to different idols and different, you know what I'm saying, things before we could get to God. No, He in you.
Right.
So He direct. You have a direct connection. One power of all over everything. He is in you. So see, the Father is in us all. So the Father has given us instructions on how to conduct ourselves as women. And so when you have a father, he's our father and we are his children. And this is just apply this to your own, you know what I'm saying, everyday life. If you have a father, if you have a father, you know your father, you have any males in your life that you look to as a father. When their father, their parent tells you what to do, they say, don't touch that fire. Don't touch that fire, Chayil. Don't touch that fire, Princess. Don't touch that fire, Nicole. If you don't touch the fire, what happens? You're going to be all right, right? But if you touch that fire, it's going to be a problem. You're going to get hurt. So this same principle applies to the Father. If you come outside of the Father's will, you're going to get hurt. So I just want to go down into the breakdown of that and give the instructions on how the Father has already told us how to conduct ourselves. And sister, you already brought this out. You say favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman who fears the head of existence, she shall be praised. Proverbs 31:30. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. This is another one you use, but I just want to go a little bit more detail into it because there's an order behind it. So the order needs to be restored, and this is why everything is out of whack. So we're talking to women all over and telling you, don't listen to what the world is telling you. Don't listen to what they have shown you, because the world has taught you that, because they don't care about humanity. They know that you're gonna die off. I bet you go to their house, the great elites, they got a family.
Oh yeah.
Mother, father, son, all of them in the house, and all of them have money. But we let them come in and control us and tell us what to do because we don't know no better. No, sisters, I used to be that person that used to take advice from everywhere else. The Most High is your Father. He done given you the instruction. So let's go back to the instruction of the order that need to be set into place before we can fix anything. We gotta come to, you know what I'm saying? Come to the knowledge of there's an order. So it says, in like manner also the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefaced. You won't have to be shamed, with sobriety, which, meaning sober, not with broader hair or gold pearls or costly array, not with all these Birkin bags, and not with all of this, you know what I'm saying? All of this extra stuff. You know, you don't need it. You don't need this bling bling. You don't need, all of this stuff that puts vanity and puts all of this idolatry in front of you. And the way you know that it's an idol, try to go without it for 2 months. See, can you do it? See, can you stop wearing makeup for 2 months? See, can you stop posting selfies on Facebook and Instagram for 2 months? I'm giving you 2 months. If you can't do it, sis, it's an idol and you don't even know it. Right. I'm trying to. I'm the Most High is trying to help me help somebody restore you. Yes, it's controlling you. You have a lot of people are being controlled. They don't even much know it. So I'm asking you, encouraging you, sis. Whatever you are tied to, whatever you are bound to, if you bound to money, see, can you go without money? Meaning, just pay your bills. Don't go out. You know what I'm saying? Don't go do nothing extra.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, sis, it's an idol. It's going to hurt you in the end. So let me get back to what I was saying. So basically, shamefaced, sobriety, pearls, costly array, becoming a woman professing which becoming women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman lean in silence with all subjective. So woman she is a nurturer, she is modest, she is silent, she is this is her position. She not I'm not, you know what I'm saying? What's that song? FIBEEE. What all of that stuff. That's not your position. Your position is humble and silence with subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, meaning over an assembly. Not talking about you can't teach. The kids are teaching like we teach, not over an assembly. And then for a woman to be able to teach, she have to have a head. You have a head. She have a head. I have a head. The head is the man, which is the covering over you. So you can get on here and you can teach. But they understand this, you know what I'm saying, differently. They don't understand it like that. So, meaning you can't teach over an assembly, not to assert meaning power, meaning not to assert power authority over a man. Sis, you can't rule over the man because the Most High made the man first, and this is how you supposed to do. The authority, you're not supposed to rule over the man, but be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. If um if they continue in faith, in clarity, and holiness, with sobriety, meaning sober. So there's still an order, sis. Here is the order. The man is the head of the woman, and they both rule as one. See, society tell you the man rule over you like putting you out. That's not true. The man rule over you, but y'all rule together, sis. It's meant to be a family selling to submit. You submit to him, he submit to God, and you submit to him, and you submit to the children. Y'all all submit together, and y'all all are one ruling. You're all ruling. It's nothing lesser there. You're in an order. So this is what they don't tell you. They just be like, why submit to your husband? Well, I'm giving you the other portion. The other portion is why you supposed to submit to your husband, because the Most High, he created them first. But when you submit to your husband, you all you both rule together in love and harmony. And so let me go back to my point. So basically, make sure if you even much don't have like a righteous man, the order I'm giving you is for a righteous man. So I want to be clear on everything. The Most High told me to be clear on everything. I don't want you to be like, well, how am I submit to a man and he not righteous? The man I'm talking about, that the order is where he's the head and the women and them both rule in the family setting with the children. That's a righteous man. That's a man who is after the Most High's own heart. But even much if it's an unrighteous man, sis, make sure always, if you're not married, sis, you need to find a righteous man with the wisdom of the Father, not leaning to his own wisdom, but the wisdom of the Father. And so, men, make sure you have the wisdom of the Father. Women, find the men with the wisdom of the Father, and men, you need to make sure you have the wisdom of the Father. So even to the women who are in this already, who don't have a man and he's not righteous, you still must be submissive to him. And you need to pray every day that the Most High guides him accordingly. He guides him accordingly. See, You have to, even he's the head, but he's not being the head. Now you got to go to the head for real, which is the assistance of everything, and say, Father, govern him that he'll govern me. Now, I'm not telling you to get a man that's beating you and all of this here. I'm not telling you that. So I want to be clear, because I don't want you to say, well, you know what I'm saying? Sister Nara, she up here telling us to go get a man, and if our man not righteous, he could whoop on us, or he could do this to us, mentally abuse us. I'm telling you, if your man is providing for you and he not righteous, and he might still be in the world, but he's a good provider, he's still operating in the head, go ahead and be submissive, but pray to the Most High all the time that he govern his footsteps, and he will, because the Most High working it out for our good. All things work together for the good of those who love him. So if you love him, he working it out in your favor. So I just wanted to bring that out to you. And so I wanted to bring another thing to you. I wanted to just say, what happens when we leave out of our Father's protection? So I want to ask you guys, and then I'm gonna go into, but what do you think happens when you leave out of your Father's protection?
I see it as like you are exposed to the elements of the world, and I think of it like as like an umbrella. You know, like when it's raining, you're under the umbrella, so you won't be exposed to the wet
Right.
element that's coming down. So it's like, or like if you're in a cave and it's like a hurricane going on outside, just you would be vulnerable, you'd be exposed, and the world will have its control over you.
Play with you if you.
Okay, you sister. What
Yes,
do you
I agree
think?
with sister. I agree with literally be out here exposed, uncovered. The world and the enemy will have his way with you. Will have a field day with you if you do not hear and ask the Most High to cover you. Say, repent. Say that you're sorry. Grace is back into his presence. Because when that leaves, that's the worst feeling. Naked. You feel like you could die at any moment. You feel like and you don't know. You're unsure of where you will be. So you out there. It's almost like you out here in a lion's den and you got on, like you said, a meat. Somebody just dropped blood all over you in a pool somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
That expose and
dip
lead to destruction.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So that's the truth, and all of those are right. I just want to give you a couple of examples that the Most High told me to give to the sisters out there, and some of these apply to us. Some of them have applied to me. Some of them apply to you. So I just want to share with you. When we step outside of the Father, the protections, here's what happened. Children out of wedlock cause you to be a single parent. Abortions, AIDS, STDs, rape, unplanned parenting, children given up for adoption, mental and physical abuse, prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Just anything that we could think of. You know what I'm saying? Mental and physical abuse. Because when you step out of Father's protection and you go and you want to get what you want, and I'm about to go to that verse in Romans 14:13. And I want to bring it out to you all so you can understand. When you operate in the flesh, the Father cannot be there. He can't help you because he's in you, but he still gives you that free will. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah. He's in you, but he's not gonna force you. He's so loving. He's right there in you. So he's allowing you to do all of these things, sis. And I just want to point out, sis, of what you operating. Let's go to Romans 14:13. It say, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. And when you working in your flesh, sis, the Most High is not your covering. You're working in your own flesh. And what do you produce from that fleshly stuff? This is what the scripture says. This is why I say the Most High give you instruction. From all of those things you produce this: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, immolations, wrath, strife, seduction, heresies, envies, murders, drunkenness, revile, and such alike, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom. But the fruits of the spirit is love, joy. When this is the fruits of the spirit, not the fruits of the flesh. When you have the fruits of the flesh, I just gave them to you: idolatry, fornication. So I'm letting you know, you can't talk about nobody operating in the flesh. You can't. You can't, because you're not operating in the spirit. Okay, your husband in adultery, but you sitting up here working in hatred. You hurt your brethren. So y'all both is working in the flesh. It's sin is sin, sis. The Most High can't be there. You can't talk about, well, he cheating on me. Sis, you hate your sister. Sin, you working in your flesh. That's why the Most High say the spirits, does he want to come and give you the spirits? The spirit that he give you. This is when you realize that he is in you. It have to click. You don't have a middleman or go between. Sis, he is in you. He created you in his image. You are him. You are you are salvation. You are him. He is in you. Ain't no third party. You know what I'm saying? So sis, you don't have to try to be good. Sis, you could be good because he's in you. Just be the way he told you to be in his word. To restore the order. To restore the order. Mm-hmm. To not think about self. Not operate in vanity. Not operate in pride. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that saying that you have to humble yourself? Always humble yourself. That's a part of humbling yourself. You have to humble yourself so the Most High can restore the order. Pray to him. He will restore it. So let's get back to the fruits of the Spirit. It's love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such thing, there's no law. You can do all of these. But when you operate in the flesh, this all you gonna see: heresy, fornication, uncleanness, witchcraft. And you can't talk about her. You gonna see all of this if you not operated in the spirit of the Father. You operate in the spirit of your own flesh, and it's gonna be a mess, sis. And this is what we looking at today. We have operated in the spirit of the flesh. And this why this world is off track, because we operate in our flesh, and the Most High is in us, and he has given us the example. He has given us a head, and we have went out of order. So we got to come back to the order, but we have to be humble and ask him to help us to get there, and he will. So another thing I wanted to bring out, what a lot of sisters do, they be like, well, it ain't my problem. If he looking at me, he can't control himself. He a freak. He this, he that, he all of these things. He should be able to control himself. Sis, this not what the word says. So I just want to go to what the word says and what it shows you. I think let's go to Romans 14:13. So Romans 14, that what I read was Galatians 5:19. I'm sorry, I think I said Romans 14:13. The one I just read about the works of the flesh is manifest is Galatians 5:19 through 23. So Romans 14 and 13, let's look at what Romans 14 and 13 says. When you say these things like, it's not my fault, I ought to be able to dress the way that I want to dress. I can do what I want to do. Yeah. It's my world. So, yeah. You cannot. Again, the Father has given us instruction. Let's see what the Father says. The Father says, Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block on an occasion. What's a stumbling block? What is a stumbling block?
There's something in your way, a big hard thing in your way.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Exactly. A stumbling block on an occasion to fall in his brother's way. So if you out there, sis, and you have your breath out, you causing your brother to fall, you putting a stumbling block in his way. He operating in the flesh, sis. He not gonna control himself. Cause sis, when you operated in the flesh, you a slave. You tormented. So he not gonna know how to govern himself. And so I'm telling you, if you really want to see a change, you really want to see the order restored, you have to allow the Most High to come in. And these verses where with the Most High has given us to give you, explain that. The man, you are being a stumbling block to the man. You supposed to love your brother, and you're not supposed to cause him to fall. You cause him to fall when you have your breath out and you have things that are curved to you and different things. And what society has done over time is this. They have did it on a sneaking way. Just like I told you that little video, hey little mama, it was just simple stuff. But then it has declined. The greater elites don't care about you. They know the secret for humanity to thrive. And they could have been putting that as an example before you. Our forefathers could have been putting that as an example before you. But you don't have no more excuses, sisters, because we right here with this video today telling you that's not your example. The Most High is in you. He is your example. So now it's on you. Yes, they put it. It's been a decline morally. Women first started out; they was in the homes, and the men were in the homes with them. Now you have it to the women want to be over the men, and since I can't be down with that, because when you go to the Word, the Most High created the man first, so you gotta let him rule, so y'all could both rule together in love, joy, and peace with those fruits of the spirits. But to do that, you have to deny the flesh. You have to deny the flesh. Denying the flesh is stop twerking. It's unacceptable. The Most High, He made you in His image. You are a God. Why are you on the ground like a dog twerking? Why, sis?
That's that B-word mentality.
What kind of God are you? You're a four-legged dog. The most. I'm telling you, the Creator, head of existence, is in you, and you twerking. What God is in you? What you doing? You calling yourself a B? Okay. You calling yourself a bitch? A bad. You talking down a bad B.
And what you say is power in the words.
Yeah, it's power in the words. Yeah. You talking down. You saying I just want to smash this NIGGA. Now you now what you talking about here NIGGA? Now you a NIGGA. And you serving a NIGGA. Because you're not serving the God that's in you, because you're not allowing him to rule and flourish in you, because you want to be held to bondage and you tormented, sis. Stop saying you're not tormented. You're not tormented because when you go home at night, you want a family. You want a husband. Yep. Because that's what the Most High put in you. But you playing it off. We play it off like we strong. Sis, you wasn't even much created like that. You was created to be a nurturer. You was created to be strong and rule with your husband. When your husband is not there, sis, you can't rule. You failing and you crying because you saying, what's wrong with me? Sis, what's wrong with you is you operating in the flesh. You not operating in the spirit that the Most High is in you. When you allow the Spirit of the Most High to flourish and operate in you and you deny your flesh, guess what? Everything going to come together. You're not going to have to worry about fornication. You're not going to have to worry about adultery. You're not going to have to worry about twerking. You're not going to have to worry about not being respected. You have the Most High in you. They going to respect you, sis. It's in the Word. You already have everything. You don't. You are everything, and everything is you. The Most High is everywhere. You are everywhere. He is in you. It's power in you, sis. But this is not what they want you to know. And when you look at what these people have done, just look at the media, sis. All of those people, Wall Street Journal, and all of those different people, since they got money and they got their family structure, sis, what do we have? They done put all of this stuff on the TV. They done allowed this Instagram to get out of control. Our babies have tablets, and the stuff is on the tablet, have to be censored. And they have fed this to you because guess what? They are working in the flesh. They working in the flesh, allowing the devil to use them to tear down humanity. And they sitting back, pressing a button, playing with your life. They tormented and you tormented. But you thinking it's you. You thinking it's something wrong with you. No, it's you not realizing that the Most High is you. He is in you. You and him are one. And sis, you need to act accordingly. He's in you. So how you gonna represent for your daddy, for your father? You gonna go hard. You want the best. You want the best, but you want to be humble as well. You want to be humble and you want to restore, because that's what salvation is about. You are salvation. How will you restore? Get in the order that the Most High wants you to be in. Allow the Most High to be your covering. Allow the Most High to bring you the man that is going to be your covering. Rule with your husband and your family, and govern accordingly under the umbrella of the Most High, ruling over all of y'all. And then you will see things change in this world. So we love you, and that was my portion. And we pray that this has helped somebody out. We pray that somebody was blessed, and we pray that you understand and you hurry up and stop looking at all this stuff and start denying yourself. If you can't go without makeup for 2 months, sis, the makeup is a god to you. Because it might be a time you can't get makeup, or you might can't get.
Oh, sis, time's coming up fast.
Sis, if you can't get weed, what you gonna do? You gonna be. Come on, you're gonna be looking like a bald-faced monkey, and everybody gonna have to see it, sis, because you're gonna have to come outside. I'm just being real. Take that hair and love yourself. God created you. Sis, flourish. Let God flourish in you. Put that grease in that hair. Put that castor oil in that hair. Put whatever the Most High has given you that's natural, your berries and fruit in your hair. And sis, go out there and be you. Because the Most High is in you. If you on that cell phone excessively on Instagram, you, bam, me and my girls, sis, if you can't stop doing that for 2 months, sis, it's your God, and God is not in you. You allowing the flesh to work, sis. If you can't go without money for that Birkin bag, if you gotta have that Birkin bag, if you gotta have them long nails, sis, just 2 months. That's gonna be the challenge. Let's do it. Women all over, what can you go without for 2 months? And if you could go without it, it's not a God. But if you can't go without it, you need to really sit back and overlook your life and everything, because you never want a fake God. And I call that a fake God because that's not the real Most High. That's a fake God. Just like when the people chop their hair off and they serve that to those gods, and you don't know what's attached to that. those are fake. But we serve the Most High, and He's real, and He's in you. How I know? Because you breathe in His breath, He's in you. That's what His spirit. When they say spirit, spirit, breathe. Spirit, breathe. Thank you. There you go. He's in you. So we love you, and we pray that you accept the challenge of what can you go out, and we will do it too. I want to see what can you go without. Everything that you attach to, money, cars, clothes, everything. Can you go without it for 2 months? Hey, I don't want you to come say, hey girl, guess what I couldn't go without for 2 months. I want you to get in your closet and pray to the head of existence and say, Father, I messed up. I have been depending on society. I've been depending on makeup. I've been depending on weave. I've been depending on my body. Sis, your body is vain. But if you fear the Most High, you shall be praised. You shall be praised, and the order will be restored. We love you. We getting ready to come back. I don't know when. We got a couple of more topics coming up. But we're getting ready to come back, and we're going to have a guest, Elder Shamar, do the whole breakdown of the order of family. And it's going to be really good. So this way, right. So tune in for that. So this way, we just wanted to speak to the women because we love you. Yes. And you are our beloved sisters. You are everything, and everything is you, and we love you. So we wanted to bring awareness to what's really going on out here, and we pray that your heart accepts it, and you accept it, and you humble yourself, and you allow the Most High to change you. Now we're gonna come back with the order of family, and we're gonna have Brother Shamar do it. So we love you. Peace out. NP Ministry. Shout out Chayil.
No, it's her turn. She gonna do her portion.
All right now.
All right. So we are getting ready to wrap it up. Discuss how the family. Oh, I can't see the. There we go. Okay. How the family structure has been affected. I do want to start out by this starts. You desiring a family, sister.
It's messing up. You want to refresh it.
Like Sister Nicole brought out earlier, is desire as a woman to want a husband, to need a man, to want that protection, guidance, that man that can teach you, that can guide you, that can teach you. It is natural. So when we are out here, a lot of our sisters, they have the wrong idea that you should be out here dressing a certain way. It's gonna attract a certain type of man. You're gonna attract men, but you are not gonna attract the type of man that you want. I can this enough to you. You want a man who is a lead, let you run him. So a lot of the sisters that desire a husband and they get mad, go cover up. Hey, no, that dress is too short. That's too tight. I don't want you wearing that. Their nature of wanting to keep us protected and their way of controlling us. So when you're out here prancing around in string and dental floss, men who do not know how to lead, who you may even marry a man to be the head of the household, but that's out of order. Like Sister Nicole just brought out, we understand the order, and it's the head. Sorry about that. What the man says is what goes. There's going to be times where you may want to wear something. You may want to do something. But if your husband says, no, that's not going, it's not going. And you have to be able to trust your husband that that is the right decision. Once again, the natural structure of the household has been affected due to our lack of modesty, due to our lack of respect for ourselves, due to us letting the feminist movement come in and destroy us, ultimately. Let us think that we can run our men. Let us think that we are the ones with the final say, that we have the final say so, when we don't. So I just want to bring that out. I did already kind of go over that in the slides earlier. So if you're watching this on the playback, definitely go back and, get the full understanding. But that'll be about it, you guys. We can go on to the next slide, Princess. And I can't see the slide, by the way. For the last slide. All right, here, let me see if I can pull it up. All right, so a reminder to the daughters of Zion and closing statements. I pray that this has been edifying to the daughters of Zion. It is okay to admit that we have messed up or have gotten it wrong several times in the past. Maybe you weren't taught better or didn't know better. Now is the time to take what you have learned today and apply it. Remember that applied knowledge is power. A righteous man falls 7 times but gets up 8, and that's Proverbs 24:16. I want my sisters to not only take a look in their closets and declutter, but take spiritual inventory of what you no longer need. Old ways, habits, thought patterns, beliefs, ways of this world, and dispose of what no longer serves you on this narrow path. Remember, modesty shines from the inside out. Now, know that you are loved. Reach out if there are any further questions you may have for me or my sisters in NP Truth Ministries concerning modesty and other topics. I am my sister's keeper. I love you all. Shout out to NP Truth Ministries for inviting me on. I enjoyed this conversation. You guys have no idea. It has been such a blessing to be here, such an honor. Thank you for having me. And y'all have a blessed day.
We enjoy having you, Chayil. Thank you for coming on here. We are so grateful. Such a not, and she's in her 20s. Mm-hmm. And baby, sister is beautiful. Look at her sister.
Thank you.
Nah, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Sis, we gotta come to is the Most High shall always be lifted up in praise. So I'm not tripping the sound or anything because the word will go forth and lives will be changed. Come back, sis, though, and we want to do a fashion show now.
Yes, we need to.
So ladies out there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back. The first video you heard echo this video, you heard some things. We work. Thank Brother Yosef Gad for the love of just telling us how to go, because we still did hear some things, and we need to get the child thing off of there, so because we want to interact with you guys. This is of course why we going live, and so like I said, we have coming up special guests, but we want to do a fashion show when we come back on. We're gonna do a fashion show, and so what we're gonna do is come back and basically put the slides together and stuff on just how we could put our little style on. And women, if you have some pictures, send it to us. We can tag you. We can tag you and tag Sister Chayil, and we could get this on the road like the Most High instructed us. And so we could, the world, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not do these things? Why are we not taking the modesty challenge? So let's do the modesty challenge. So sis, over, we need pictures, we need modesty challenge, and we need you to be modest. We will accept with the modesty challenge tag on NP Ministry. Her stuff is there. You can go to her YouTube as well. What is your Instagram so they could go check you out on there?
Okay, my Instagram is at just Chayil, at JUSTCHAYIL, and then my YouTube is what you see on the screen. Is Chayil for real. Go ahead and subscribe. I try to encourage my sisters, and I'm gonna be doing some more affirmations and things of that sort over there. I got a whole variety of videos that I have planned for y'all, so definitely check me out.
Yes. So sis, we'll probably be back, and we just want to do a fashion show, and okay. I don't know, Most High willing, we might come.
Yeah, that would be dope if we can get together, because we both in Texas, so
we'll do a fashion show. That way we can just pretty much show us on modesty, because we all are different. You know, we all are different. Show the sisters. Mm-hmm. The theme of modesty to show your figure. Mm-hmm. Not to show all of them curves. We know you, the Most High has sculpted you perfectly, honey. Mm-hmm. A lot of us, we are sculpted like, okay. We have all kind of nice accents, and we thank the Most High for that. But that's when you with your husband, you know, he can enjoy that.
He can enjoy that.
It's right. Not for the world. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then he could sit back and he could say, "Thank you, Most High. Look at my woman. She's everything I needed. She's everything I prayed for. Mm-hmm. She's I can see me. That way he don't have to be." You seen that video where the female is in, and she's at the wedding now, and got married, and she's serenading her husband, doing a dance for him. Honey, and she was too, and his boys was right there. I was serious. They just got married. Now your boys done seen your lady boo.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. She had her back all out.
It's a little bit much. Mm-hmm. She had
twerking.
I saw her was twerking, and I'm talking about tonight. I want to dance for you. If you want to do that, you and your man, and pride.
You do that for your man, but that's not for
your homies. Is everybody on live? Everybody done seen your cool.
They got your girl behind in their phone.
They got your girl behind their phone
on your
wedding day. And guess what?
Now your wedding day.
They struggling because they sitting there doing, man, if I hit that, I hit it like this, hit it like this.
Yeah, like
cause your brother. Yeah. And now
when you think it up here, that actually.
And now you expect your man to be loyal to you, but your dude, like, man, his dude, you know. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? You never know what's going on.
If he mess up, I'm on that.
I can't wait for them.
Right. Yes. So that's what I'm saying about being modest. Leave those. Be a Meg Thee Stallion. Be Meg Thee Stallion in your bedroom with your husband, cause the bedroom. So do those things which is holy of the Most High. And if you want to dress like Meg Thee Stallion, whatever you want to do it.
Do for your man.
But when you bring it out, having all of your assets out, everybody sees it. What can your, because you're not a Proverbs 31 woman. And sis, we need to read that Proverbs 30 woman that is. So we love you. Peace out.
Love you. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. We'll have you back. We're going to do the fashion subscribers. We look like we just hit 100 and something.
Congratulations, y'all.
So we gonna thank you. All praises to the Most High.
All praise.
Definitely, this is his platform. The balance. I don't want to hear any foolery. This is all to his Most High's land. So we love you. Peace out. We will see you. Our beautiful love you. We just thank you.
Y'all have a
Take
beautiful
care.
day.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Y'all.